solid day of trading where I profited $1,200 today, and it was a good one. We had a really good first trade that put us up on the day nicely. And then we got kind of caught in a choppy range where we were anticipating a little bit more movement than we were getting, and we were giving away a little bit of profits, but then getting back some of the profits. Overall, we finally just found the entry that we ultimately had planned out beforehand, and we took it, and man, was it a good short entry. I'm gonna go over it in the charts today. If you guys like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video. It's a free way to support the channel. It helps me grow a ton. I'm gonna try to make this educational to where you guys get something out of this. And let's go ahead and share the screens here and dive into the charts. All right, so the first trade that we took today, first we had news today, which was jobless claims. It came out, I think, more than expected, which caused the market to sell off quite a bit today. Early this morning, we got a little bit of a rally push, and then we saw a little bit of weakness come up here, testing these resistance zones. Right? If I draw, let's see, let me get my drawing tools. We go into our shapes. We have resistance right there. All right, and if we just extend this over, you can see that we came up and tested that level of resistance and saw a little bit of weakness. The next 5-minute candle opened up, and again could not push higher than the previous 5-minute candle, so I ended up taking a short here. Got basically immediately into profit, where I then added to my position right below VWAP where I was short 2 contracts. Took one contract off down here at 144, and that secured about $500. Well, it was about $600 worth of profit. Tried to let one winner go, my last contract to run. I was anticipating that we might run these lows down here. However, we caught a little bit of buyers, and we ran back up, and I took this last contract off just barely below break even. Overall, this one trade put us up about $600, a little less than $600 on the morning session. Later on in the morning, again, we saw another rally. This is where I kind of got chopped up. You can see some trades kind of going back and forth here. This was interesting because we had buying volume dying, right? Volume was dying up here. I was anticipating the selling, and we would start to kind of see sellers try to push us down, but ultimately buyers were just holding us here. So we just kind of hung out, took some back and forth trades. Not too happy about how this played out. We gave back some profits, then got some profits back. So we were kind of just back and forth. At the end of this chop here, which is, I would say at the end of this candle, we were up about $400. So we gave about $200, $300 back to the market during this chop, which honestly isn't that bad considering that my trades, I usually try to let them run in profit to where I usually get around $700 to $1,000 on a trade, which is what I try to aim for. But I knew that we had a key level that we were going to test, and that if I go over this right here was yesterday's sell-off point, and you can see today we came up and we were testing this level. All right, and the reason why was because yesterday when we traded this, we actually took the short up here yesterday and wrote it down because we had a lot of resistance back here. Consolidation, we knew that selling pressure was up here in this supply zone. And so yesterday we took the short, watched previous video on that trade. And then today we came up and retested those levels again up here. And when I saw this 5-minute candle make new highs, but then ultimately just get this really rejected, it was a hard rejection off these highs, I immediately knew that we had selling pressure coming in and there was weakness in the market. And so I ended up taking 2 contracts short up here to ultimately try to ride back down to VWAP if we could. I secured a little bit of profit here. So my first contract I actually put on short at 18,228 and 75, and then I added another one at 18,226.25. And then I took one contract off in profit at 18,218. So that was, let's see, about 28 to 18. So that was about 10 points. I took 10 points on that trade, securing about $200. And then I let my last contract just run. I set a break even point, and I knew that if we got back inside the initial balance, again, this is one of my most profitable day trading strategies. If we fail to break out and stay above the initial balance and we get back into the initial balance range, I know that we're going to probably continue to run downwards. And so if I pull up my TPO chart here, You can see in C period, which is the third 30-minute time period, right? The third 30-minute candle, we broke above the initial balance here in this yellow bar, right? This yellow bar is the initial balance. We had broken above it, but then look what happens. We just got smacked straight back down and just started just time framing downwards. And so I took the short really like up here, okay? But when we saw the selling pressure was just kicking back in, it was go time for us to really take it downwards and try to ride the momentum down. And so that's exactly what we did. We took the short, anticipating the failure of the initial balance range, got back initial balance, and we rode right back down. I took my last contract off at 18,184.50, which secured me an extra, what was it? I think it was $700 or so. Let's see, this was at 26. It's about, yeah, about $700 worth of profit there, and put us up over just over $1,200 on the day. So overall, great trading day. We saw the levels we wanted to take and we took it. Got chopped up a little bit beforehand, but that's okay. We kept our losers small and we let our winners be larger than our losers, which ultimately is how you become a successful day trader and a profitable day trader. When your losers are larger than your winners, then you have a problem, because you're going to end up making, you know, say $1,000 one day, but then lose $2,000 the next. And you just keep digging yourself a hole. You might get 2 steps ahead, but then take 4 steps backwards, right? So keeping your losers small and your winners big is ultimately the key thing to becoming a profitable day trader. And that's exactly what we did. First trade was a nice large winner, about $600. Our losers up here were very, very small, you know, $100, $200 losers. And then this trade here ultimately put us up again an extra $700. So very good trading day today. Very pleased with it. Had a very good week. This week has been my focus this week has been really just having patience and taking really good entry levels. I'm trying to take a step back from feeling like I'm chasing trades and taking really good trade location trades and trying to let them run in my favor, take what the market can give me. I don't really set any profit targets, so to speak. If you read the book, The Best Loser Wins, that book really preaches on like not having profit targets, but just letting the market give you what it wants to give you. And that's exactly what I did here all day today, and then as well as yesterday. I got out of trades where it made sense to get out, because the market was ultimately telling me that we wanted to reverse at those levels. And look at this, right? My last contract, I got out here, and then the market reversed. All right, so really just taking the market and give me. I'm not setting any key levels as profit targets. My only key levels that I'm paying attention to is entries and trade location. Right. So that's been the big focus this month. And so far, it has paid very, very well, as we have not had a single red day this month so far, knock on wood. I know it's coming, but when we have those red days, the best thing that we can do is manage them, manage risk, and not let them blow up in our face. And that is how you become a profitable day trader. Guys, if you like this kind of content, be sure to smash the like button down below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to get more daily content, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.